Welcome to Lisa's Ladle, where we're cooking big in small places.
Hello my friends, welcome to Lisa's Ladle. If you're new to this channel, you're going to find out what are some of the challenges learning to cook your favorite recipes on a boat. If you have visited my galley before, hey, welcome back. Thanks for returning. And if you are new, welcome aboard. Today's recipe is gluten-free banana nut bread. Let's take a look and see what ingredients we're going to use today. For this recipe, you're going to need 2.5 cups of gluten-free flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1.5 cups of sugar, granulated sugar, 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, half a cup of butter, which is basically 1 stick, a half a cup of sour cream, 1 cup of chopped walnuts, 3 nicely ripe bananas. For the bananas, I'm going to show you a couple tricks of what I do to have little chunks of banana in the banana bread, and I'm also making banana nut muffins too. So I'm going to show you a little trick to keep that gluten-free flour from getting too dry on you and have a little bit more moisture. First thing I'm going to start with is the flour, because I'm going to add the baking soda and the salt, give it a little whisk, and let that sit while I'm putting everything else together. Let's start creaming our butter and our sugar. So you're going to take your half a cup of butter, put it in with the sugar, take your blender on medium speed, blend until it's nice and creamy. And it usually takes about 1 to 2 minutes to do this part. One of the tricks with creaming your sugar and your butter is you want softened butter. You don't want it melted and you don't want it cold. The best way to tell if it's a good, nice and soft type of butter is push your finger into it. If it doesn't push in easily, then it's too cold. But if it pushes in too far, if you just slide right in there, then it's too warm. One egg at a time, and mix it in with your creamed butter. Another ladle love trick is to get eggshells out of your batter. If you use the egg, like a little piece of the cracked egg, put it into the mix, because I got a little shell in here, and it usually scoops right out. Easy breezy. We're finished with the beater, so I'm going to go ahead and put these in the dishwater. Basically, what you're looking for, the consistency is like a creamy batter. The rest of the mixture you're going to mix in and fold in with your spatula. Before we start folding the rest of the ingredients in, let's go ahead and preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. For this recipe, I'm using a half a cup of buttermilk. I didn't have any on hand, so what I did is I made my own homemade buttermilk. I used a half a tablespoon of white vinegar, poured that into the measuring cup, then I added almond milk to that until it equaled a half a cup. Stirred it, and then I let it sit for 5 minutes. That gives you homemade buttermilk. You can also use lemon in place of the white vinegar with milk, or you can use cream of tartar and milk. I'm going to have those recipes, so if you're a patron, you can get those homemade recipes along with the rest of the cookbook. Time to add the flour, so I'm going to give it a nice another little whisk before I start adding it. I like adding only half of the flour mixture at a time. Fold it into your batter, mix it up really well, and then I fold the other half in. Make sure you're going and getting those sides of the bowl. At this point, you're going to notice that your batter is definitely getting a little bit thicker and stickier. And that's okay, that's what you want. Now it's time to add the bananas. So this is the little trick that I want to tell you guys, or show you. Gluten-free flour, if you're new to using it or cooking with it, it is dense and it can be very dry. One of the things I'm going to do with the bananas is I'm going to leave chunks of banana into the mix. A way to get chunks, break off about half of the banana, and the bananas naturally comes in little triangles almost. And that's my little bite-sized bananas. Isn't that cool, guys? With the extra banana and the chunks of banana, it helps keep your bread moist. If you like dry, don't do this. Mash it up. Luckily, my better half likes big chunks of banana too. And big chunks of walnuts. I'm using the halved walnuts instead of the chopped or diced. So you could say we're going to have a chunky, walnutty, banana muffin and bread. Fold in your banana. Once that's folded in, fold in your walnuts, and we'll be ready to bake as soon as the oven's ready. This is a fairly large recipe. It can make 2 loaves of banana nut bread. Today I'm going to make 6 large muffins and 1 loaf of banana bread. I'm going to start with the muffins. I have my pan greased with Crisco. You're going to fill the pan, the little cups up about halfway. We're baking these at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 minutes. Guys, hey, I told you 40 minutes for the 350 degrees ovens. I just checked the muffins because they were smelling like they were done and golden brown. So I came down at 30 minutes with 10 minutes left on the cooking time, and they're done. So let's go ahead and get them out of the oven. Take a look at these really pretty, golden, chewy, nutty, chunky banana nut muffins. Ta-da! Look how pretty and golden brown. I'm gonna let these sit for 2 minutes and then we're gonna take them out of the pan. Set our timers, because in my mind 2 minutes goes really fast. So it's been 2 minutes. Let's pull these out and put them on a plate. Ooh, they're hot. And there you have it. Delicious, yummy, chunky, gluten-free banana nut bread and muffins. It took us less than 45 minutes to have these delicious treats. And it makes 2 loaves of bread if you want to do the bread, or you can do like I did today, 1 loaf of banana nut bread and 6 large banana nut muffins. If you guys have any gluten-free recipes that you'd like me to try, leave a comment down below and I'll get on that as soon as I can. Until then, as always, my friends, live, laugh, love. Lick that ladle, and I'll keep cooking until I see you next time. Oh yeah, look at that, that looks good.
Now I'm ready to see, I'm ready